if no one has a problem with that, I'm going to throw out my gibbering mouther. I feel like he's necessary right now.
Okay. Put that in.
Wait, can I actually level up my ape?
Yeah, I'll level it up here, afterwards.
Will it become the coolest ape?
It does get pretty cool.
Will it become King Kong?
It gets to an extent of that at some point.
King Jimmy?
King Jimmy. So this is going to be your gibbering mouther. Not quite that big. There we go. All right.
Okay, so I might as well do its multi-attack.
Okay, so you're going to move up to it.
So I'll do the bite and it'll do the spittle, yeah.
Here, hold on just a second here. Let me pull that up. I need to pull that up differently.
So it's actually 21. So it doesn't have a real high chance to hit, but it has 1d20 plus 1, right?
Yes, I believe so. Sorry, I'm just pulling it up here. No.
15, does that hit?
15. Actually, just barely hits. Yes. That's exactly what you needed. All right.
Okay, so...
You're doing the bite?
And this is the multi-attack, so it's the bite and the other.
Yep. All right. So you
it's
do damage.
5d6.
Oh. And if it's medium or smaller, which it is medium, so yeah, it's going to have to do the save, the strength save, or be knocked prone. And then you can do, you roll your damage, and then I'll roll the strength save while you're doing that.
Oh man, 24 out of 30. That's as much as I can expect.
It has to beat DC 10. Oh, okay. So it does 24 damage. And it does make the saving throw.
Okay, and because it's the multi-attack, it also does the other for this.
Oh yeah, no, you gotta roll that too. So the blinding spittle.
Oh, so it has to succeed on a DC 13 dexterity because this is a multi-attack.
Yeah. So I gotta roll the okay. And it's a 13 that I'm aiming for. All right. And it does not make it.
Okay, so it's not prone, but it is blinded.
How much does he have left?
Until the end of its next turn.
How many Pokemon does he have left?
There's this one and then 2 more.
Oh, good lord. Can we call it quits for right now and come back with it?
That might not be.
We can finish. Is it cool if we finish this one off? Or?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
But, yeah, because I need to get to bed too.
Okay, so it's blinded. It's going to make its 2 attacks, but it's going to take disadvantage. Meaning I am going to roll 4 and take the lowest 2, since it's making, like I said, 2 attacks. All right, so we're going to add 7 to each of those rolls. We got, what's the armor class? Oh, your armor class is 9. So the lowest is 13. So yeah, both of them are still going to hit. It's kind of just thrashing about. The first one, and you're immune. Are you immune to anything? Just prone? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think... Oh, so the first one did hit?
They both hit, yeah.
I thought... Hold on. I thought you got 13.
The lowest roll it had was a 13, and your armor class is 6.
Oh, I thought you got 13 and 8. Oh.
Because it has to add 7 to all of those. Oh, I guess 10 was the lowest roll, actually. But that still would hit.
Oh, wow, my armor class is low. Okay.
8 plus 4.
Okay, so you're keeping
damage. This is just the initial damage. So 6, and then you have to make a Constitution save of 15 or higher.
So what do I add for my constitution? Let me look. Okay, so +3. Okay, so 20 plus 3.
Nice. Nat 20. I'm going to rule that as it doesn't take any of the damage from that then, if it was a nat 20.
Okay, sweet. So
But it did have the slam attack, which that did hit. And that's actually, shoot. Which was same as the damage from the original one. So that's another 5 damage, so not much. All right.
So how much? So I got 38 damage and no.
No, you took 11 damage in all from that round. So you're at 56 health out of 67. And it's your turn.
That's definitely reasonable.
Okay.
So gibbering. So what does gibbering do? Gibbering's not even an action.
No, I think that's just 20 feet of the magic can eat.
Oh, so it was really supposed to roll a wisdom saving throw as well.
Yeah.
Last turn. So I'll have to roll a wisdom and a strength saving throw, basically.
Yeah.
Against the Mouther this turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it'll do, so it'll do the strength based on the bite attack, but then it'll have to do the other thing on its turn due to the gibbering.
Okay. I'm still going to do...
okay. And then you also have the aberrant ground. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so it has to do both. So you'll have to remember to do that. So the multi-attack, it doesn't matter because it can't do the spittle. So it's just doing the bite, right?
Yep.
So 20 plus 2. That did not hit, I don't think.
That is not going to hit, no. And then it's its turn. So, okay, so it has to make a strength save.
And a wisdom save.
Okay. So we got strength save, 15. That's going to pass. And then wisdom save. And it has to make a 10. Which that passes as well.
Okay, and that attacks me. Well,
all right, and then it's doing 2 attacks.
That's not even bloodied yet, is it?
No, not yet. So it's doing 20 plus. So this is the first attack. Is just going to hit barely. And second attack. Oh, whoops, not that. Sorry. This one. All right. No, not that one. Gosh, dang it. It changes things on me. There we go. This one. All right, and that's definitely going to hit as well. The first one, if you can do that Constitution save again.
So 1d20 plus 3.
All right, so it's going to take 6 damage initially, just from the physical damage of it. And then you rolled a 7.
That's going to miss.
Is not high enough. It's got to be a 15, so it is going to do...
My guy's not doing well now.
Where is it? Oh, of course you remove it now. This is 22 damage.
Okay, so I get pretty hurt.
And then the second attack is just the 1d8 plus 4. So that's an additional 7 damage. And then it's your turn.
So I'm
You're
pretty
at
hurt.
21, you're bloodied at this point.
Okay. So I'm going to have to go again, try it. So 1d20 plus 2 for my attack. 13, does that hit?
It does not.
That's painful. I hate these low hit chances and bad luck.
Oh, I gotta make the d20 here. Sorry, that one we're not gonna count, sorry. This is the strength check. Oh, that's actually lower. So it gets its speed reduced by half this turn. And then the gibbering, that's this one. And that's the wisdom save. Oh man, that also fails.
So what does that do?
This next turn, it rolls a d8 to determine what it's doing on this turn. So it's going to roll a d8 real quick. 1 d8. Actually, I can just roll it from here. It rolls a 4. So on a 1 to 4, the creature does nothing. So for this turn, it does nothing. Your turn.
Oh.
Yeah, you got lucky.
Yeah, that's really good. Okay, so I'm going to roll a 1d20 plus 2 again to attack. 14, does that hit?
Nope.
It's a 15, isn't it? That has to get to hit.
15.
Dang it, I just can't quite get it.
All right, it's its turn.
A different attack you can use?
I don't have a different attack.
All right, it passes the strength check, and then as for the wisdom check, it does not pass that. So it's going to roll that 1d8 again, and it got a 1, so it does nothing again this turn.
Damn, you should pull that back and put something in to try and finish him off.
Do you think that's wise, Skyler? What do you have that can finish him off?
I have a Nidorina.
That's going to be weak because it's like the same thing, but a weaker version of it by a stretch.
I don't think that much matters on this. In the action I can do a
What are your Nidorina stats?
I can always put in my magic card.
No.
I feel like I need to try to attack with it. How many turns has it been? Can I try my multi-attack again?
Yeah, I think you should be able to by this
I
point.
have a 1d6 plus 2, but it also has to make a saving Constitution saving throw, and I get another 46 of damage.
Let me roll this again with my second multi-attack so that I can at least use my multi-attack again.
All right, so that's the first one. That's a 19. That's definitely going to hit. So that's a bite attack.
Okay, perfect.
So you can do the 5d6 piercing damage. And then I actually have to do a strength save or be knocked prone.
Yep.
It has to be 10 or higher. That is. So
And then you also have to do a save for...
Yep. So it's a dexterity
blind
save. Yep.
5d6, so I do 20 more damage.
Oh, you got 20? That's what you got on there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I have to make a dexterity save, which is 2. Is it 2? Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to roll the d20 and then we add 2 to it, is what comes out to be. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, it does not make that. So I'm taking 20 damage.
You're blinded.
And I'm blinded, which means it's going to have disadvantage on its attacks this turn.
But you're not prone.
No, I'm not prone. Yep.
Okay, so you made the strength and the wisdom saves or whatever? Okay.
Yep. Oh, that's right. Okay, so I have to do that this turn again, initially. Okay, so first of all, this is the strength check. Passes that, and then this is the wisdom check. Oh, all right. We're just going to rule that as it just automatically loses the turn, bottom line.
Okay, so I'm going to attack again because I can. So 1d20 plus 2.
Okay.
And do I roll with advantage as well?
Yeah, actually do that because, yeah, it failed pretty good. And since it rolled the 1, I'm going to count that 14.
Was it 15?
Just 1 under.
Sweet.
So you can do that attack.
Okay, so 5d6. $23 more.
23 damage. And it is bloodied.
It's only bloodied, man. That's...
All right, so 1d20 plus 4, this is the strength check. Passes that. This is 1d20 for the wisdom check. Ooh, does not pass that. So we're going to roll 1d8. That's a 6. So when I get a 6, it says On a 5 or 6, the creature takes no action or bonus action and uses all its movement to move in a randomly determined direction. So I'm going to roll a d6. So we're going to start from here. It's going to go clockwise. 1, 2. Oh, no, that can't be right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're going to roll a d4. This would be, no, a d8, right? Yeah. Okay, so 1, 2. Oops. 2 is here. 3 is here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, you get the idea?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a 3, so that's 1, 2, 3. So it is going to move in this direction. And how much movement was it? It's max, I'm assuming.
Yeah, all of its movement.
So it's going to move 30 that way, which we are looking at right there. It's over here now.
So I can't reach it.
But you can move because it's your turn. So
Well, I'm actually going to, instead of moving, I'm going to pull my Pokemon back, and Quinn should be able to reach it this turn.
okay.
So
Sounds
this is a
good.
good time to pull my Pokemon back.
We're gonna just use the same icon for it.
All right, so I throw out my Nidorina.
Okay.
And your Nidorina should be able to attack it this turn.
Okay.
I'm looking.
Yeah, go ahead. What are you
I'm looking.
attacking with, Quinn?
I'm gonna. Can I get up to him within 5 feet?
30. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna.
No, that's mine.
Well, yeah, but you had to retract yours, so I'm just gonna use his icon.
Okay, so you're
as
just going to use
Pokemon.
where he is. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use the horn.
Because he was started from someplace different.
So you got a +4, so 1d20 +4. That's 17. That is going to hit. So it does 1d6 +2, and then I have to roll a Constitution save for the poison damage.
All right, so I'll do the 1d6 real quick.
Yes, sir.
That's not that much, but hopefully I'll be able to finish him.
Of course, 3.
Well, that's 3 damage. I got a 21 on the Constitution save, so that's not going to poison me. But that still did the 3 damage.
Or hang on, poison damage on a failed save, or half as much on a success.
Oh, okay. So it's gonna. Okay, so roll your damage for the poison.
86.
Yes. And then it'll take half of that.
No, so I'd roll the full then, the 40.
Yeah. Roll the whole thing. There you go.
Okay, that's
So it's
a lot
11.
better.
So we're gonna round it up to 12. It would take 6, but you notice that it doesn't seem to be incredibly affected by it. It takes 3 damage from that.
Because it's also a poison type, right?
Exactly. All right, and then since it's standing there, it's just going to do its 2 attacks. It doesn't have to try to make any kind of saves against yours. So it's going to do first one is a 20 added 20 hit. I assume so. Actually, I have it right up here. Yeah, it's got a 12. So yeah, both of those are going to hit. And then it's the 8 plus 4 for the first one. And then I'm going to have you do a Constitution save as well. So that's an 11 damage initially. I'll roll for the other one as well, which is another 7 damage. So that's the slam attack. Then I'll have you do a Constitution save. So you are.
Wrong one, sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
That would be great.
So it's
right?
1d20 plus 1.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Nat 20. Yeah, you're going to not take any poison damage from that. So it's your turn.
All right, I'm going to.
It handles the poison like a boss.
I'm going to go ahead and use my same attack.
Okay.
So,
Use that horn attack.
Do you have any attacks that don't do poison? Because it's weak, it's strong against poison.
Oh, it also, here, I'm just going to roll this for you. It also since it did a melee attack, it's going to take an additional 2 damage because you have an ability called Poison Point. If anything does a melee attack against you, it takes 1d6 poison damage, which that would be reduced to half since it's got the immunity, but still, that's an additional little 2 damage for you.
All right. So it's white, is it not?
Yes.
How much damage have we taken up to this point on it?
Not sure. I mean, because technically damage isn't looked at in a numbers system in reality, so you just see it as it's bloodied.
Yep, I miss.
All right, yeah, that's gonna miss. All right, so it's gonna do its attacks. First one is definitely gonna hit. Second one, ooh, that actually just barely hits. 1d8. Yeah, they both hit. And then 1d8 plus 4 again. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15. And then you're going to do that Constitution save again. Oops.
18, well, that's good.
18? Yeah. You're going to take half damage. So...
Jimmy, what do you have to throw out there?
My Pidgey.
So 10 damage for you.
Pidgey's probably
Still
a good
alive.
choice.
I thought I took half of that.
Yeah.
Isn't it another half?
Because it's a 21, so I'm just putting it at 10. It's rounded down half.
Isn't it halved again?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's true. Yep. Because it's also immune to the poison. Okay. You have 7 health left.
I have.
Oh, yeah, and then it takes damage. Yep, that's true. So it's going to take 1 damage.
My middle queen is a pain. We were doing fine.
Because it hit twice?
So it takes damage because it had so Quinn's Nidorina has poison spikes on its body.
Yeah.
Oh, technically mine does too, actually. We'll just ignore it, I guess. But anyways, so anything that does a melee attack takes poison damage from hitting it in the poison spikes.
I'm gonna have to pull that back 'cause I only got 7 damage to work with.
He hit him twice.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
that's
we'll take
okay. I see what you're saying. Okay,
But
so it'll
last
take
time,
another
too,
3 damage.
That thing is just a pain.
I'm gonna go
All right.
pull that back and have Jimmy or Tim's gonna have to throw something out.
Finally.
What are you throwing out there?
Oh, you know what I'm throwing out there.
You throwing out your giant Pidgey?
I don't want to waste this amount of time just to lose.
Yes, I'm throwing out my giant Pidgey.
Okay.
This is a long thing.
Uh-huh.
That's why we didn't want you to use your stinking Magikarp, because you're having enough trouble winning as it is.
I'm gonna put
I
this
took
in.
out 2 on my own. I put you guys on my back, and you guys haven't done anything for me.
Well, those first 2 were easy. That's the problem.
All right.
This middle
So
queen
this is
ridiculous.
gonna be your
I was fine until
Pidgey.
that.
I guess not. All right, so what are you doing?
Middle Queen is just a pain. I probably should have saved my Haunter to deal with Middle Queen, but
Kill.
All right, so you can make 2 attacks, 1 with beak, 1 with talons. It's a +5 to hit on both of them. So if you want to roll me that attacks.
yeah, honestly, if I hadn't lost my Haunter, we would have been
All right,
fine,
so we got a
because that
14
Haunter
and
could just run
18.
around.
The second one will hit. So that would be the talons attack. Does 2d6 plus 3 slashing damage.
How much movement does Middle Queen have? Like 20?
30.
Okay, so it does have 30.
10 damage. Ah. All right. And it's turn. 26. 26. There we go. All right. So it is going to move towards you. And it's going to do its 2 attacks. It's two regulars. First one. Oh, critical fail.
Nice.
It's going to take disadvantage on the second attack. So an 11. So let me see if an 11 hits. No, it does not. All right. So it's your turn. It missed.
Didn't it hurt itself, though, with a critical failure?
I made it take disadvantage on the next attack.
Okay.
Which is pretty good.
Which missed, so. All right, second one is going to hit. So you can do 10 damage. All right. And it's just going to keep trying to do the same. First one, that's a success. Second one is, I'm trying to remember. I don't think so. Yeah, no, you got a 13. Okay, so only the first one succeeded. You're going to need to do me a Constitution save. Initially, piercing damage, it's going to do 10, and then you rolled a 3, so it's going to do max damage on that. So we got 10 plus 17, so that's 27, and that's 1 higher than what your HP is, so your giant eagle gets knocked out.
No, we're screwed.
Okay, well, I'm going to send out my guy again.
Your gibbering mouther?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's been 6 turns, so does he have his thing back? His ability back?
Yes.
Okay.
Should have used Magikarp.
Okay, so I'm attacking with my mouther.
Okay.
So, and it's 20 plus 2, right?
Yeah.
1d20 plus 2 to see if it hits.
Yes.
I'm sure we are screwed.
What we got here? That's a 10. That is not going to hit.
That's bad.
And you're doing the other attack too, though?
Well, oh yeah, so I can still, so I'm still doing the other attack.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it has to do a dexterity save.
Yeah, and it also has to do a strength save and a wisdom save as well on its turn.
And that'll be on its turn, yep. Okay, so the dexterity is plus... So it's just going to do a quick 1d20 plus 2. So it's a 6, so that is a fail, so it is blinded.
Okay, so that's good.
All right, so it's going to make... I'm going to roll 4 times, take the 2 lowest. 1, 2... Oops, dang it. I hate when it does that. Okay, so the first one was a 25.
Oh, one was a critical fail there, right?
Well, that one, I rolled the wrong dice.
Oh.
Second one was a nat 20. Third one was an 11, so that one's going to be taken. And that one is a 22. So the 2 lowest was the 11 and the 22. So the first attack is going to... Oh, wait, no, they both hit because it's a gibbering mouther. It's got an armor class of 9. So the first one is dealing 6 damage physical. That'd be piercing. So you're going to have to roll that Constitution save.
Okay.
Oh, I also have to make... Yeah.
Yeah, you also have to make your...
Yeah,
well, actually, you have to make those.
Yeah, I have to make those first.
Right?
So one was a 19. The second one was an 8. The second one is a fail. Of course, that's the one that matters. So
yeah.
Check
so actually, yeah, because you might not be doing any damage.
Yeah, I might not be doing anything. And I have to roll a d8.
I was gonna say you can't start attacking me.
Yeah. And 6. Oh, that's the movement one. So we're gonna see. It's gonna move 6. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it moves downwards to about here.
Okay.
It can only move up to the wall. So.
Okay, so I can move just far enough to attack it then, I think.
Yes, and now it's your turn.
So I'm going to move and attack it.
Okay.
Then 1d20 plus 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is it 12?
Well,
that is not going to hit.
I cannot hit.
It's first turn.
Stupid armor
It's going to add 4, so that's going to pass. That's the strength save, and then wisdom save is just going to be as is. Is a 13, so that one's successful. All right, now it gets to attack.
Just barely, right?
Yeah. 17 is going to hit, and the 19 is also going to hit. So first thing it's going to do, piercing damage, 5 damage, and then you're going to have to do that save. And then the second attack is also 1d, so it's going to do 15 damage physical, all in all.
Okay, and you're keeping track of that, right?
Yes.
How am I doing? How he's pretty hurt, right?
You're at 6 health right now, so you need to make that Constitution save, and then based on that, we'll see if he makes it through. All right, so that's a 21. So that you'll take half damage, which is 12. It's down.
Oh,
I'm just gonna run. I'm just gonna run.
Out of there?
Like, we're gonna lose, so we might as well just concede.
Well, you're gonna lose, but that doesn't mean you get freaking killed or anything. I mean, this is like a normal thing.
All right, well, I'll throw out my meter.
Okay. We're gonna just put him right there.
Throw him right out there.
Yep. All right. So
I'm gonna try my my growl.
Okay. So he's got to make a DC 11 Wisdom save, and he succeeds. And it's going to do its 2 attacks. First one, that's going to hit.
We got really bad rolls against this. Well, of course,
And that one is not going to hit. So the first one's going to hit, and that is going to be 9 damage. You're going to make a Constitution save. Actually, no, you're not, because you're knocked out. You had 7 health left.
Yeah, we lost. And Kim made a stupid bet, and he just lost 50 gold. Now we don't have enough gold to get into the
Hold on, just a second here. Just
gold. I have plenty
real
of gold.
quick. Yep.
If it
Yeah,
wasn't
you guys-
for that stupid, wow, that thing is way overpowered.
And he says, well, you got through 3.5 of my Pokemon. Maybe 3 3/4. I told you you wouldn't win. You guys put up quite a fight, but I think you owe me 50 gold.
Okay, so actually this is our end for the night, right?
Yes.
So we're going to probably go to sleep and whatnot.
Yeah.
Probably get some rest. Okay. So I am going to, in that case, since I can and since I'm going to have a rest, I'm going to use my charm person slot.
Okay.
And be like,
So he's got to make a wisdom save?
yeah.
Yeah. He got like a 22.
How does he do it? Stinking guy.
And he says, what do you think you're trying to do here, huh? Pull some magic crap?
Did he get a nat 20 or something?
No.
If I roll persuasion, it'll probably be at disadvantage or something, won't
He
it?
had a 19.
Can I roll persuasion to just, it was our first, say it's our first battle, and he got a little ahead of himself. He got a
You
little.
can try.
I mean, I have enough money if I need it, but it's just frustrating.
Oh my god.
And he says, you think I care? You look around this place I got here.
One.
You think I care if a bunch of noobs come in here talking all big and acting like they own the place? This is my town.
He
This
rolled
is
a nat
my
1.
gym.
I challenge him to a duel for the badge and for Tim's honor.
He says, that's not what this is about. This ain't about you. This is about your Pokemon.
Right, but I wanna challenge him to a duel.
You're not gonna get any
You rolled a
badges
nat
for killing
1.
me. Even if you succeed in killing me, it's not gonna get you a badge.
All right, well I still want to kill you.
I ain't fighting you.
I'll run up to you and stab you. How about that?
I got
You don't have to do that.
a
for
couple
me,
of
Quinn. I have
bodyguards.
enough
A
money.
couple of bodyguards step out from around, from his place.
It's okay, Quinn. I know you're trying to help me, but just cool it. I'll pay the man his money.
It was a stupid bet, Tim.
It was a stupid bet, but I have enough money. I had extra money, and
He says, I will admit though, I didn't think you guys would get as far as you did. So kudos to you. That doesn't mean I'm not going to take the money, but kudos to you. You guys battle pretty well.
Okay, so I have 95 gold.
Did you pay him already?